Om Mahaganadipataye Namaha. Hari Om, Hari Om, Keshwaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha, Om Madhvaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Vishnuvaya Namaha, Matsudhanaya Namaha, Trivikramaya Namaha, Vamanaya Namaha, Sridharaya Namaha, Vrishikeshaya Namaha, Padmanabhaya Namaha, Damodaraya Namaha, Sankarshnaya Namaha, Vasudevaya Namaha, Pradyumnaya Namaha, Niruddhaya Namaha, Purushottamaya Namaha, Dokshaya Namaha, Narasimhaya Namaha, Achyutaya Namaha, Janardhanaya Namaha, Upendraya Namaha, Hare Namaha, Sri Krishnaya Namaha, Sri Krishnaya Namaha. Dear friends and devotees, we were discussing about Devi Bhagavati, Devi Bhagavata. Vyasa Maharishi is telling the Devi Bhagavata to Janamejaya, the king at Hastinapura. Now, in the last chapter, we read about Vratasura becoming very strong with the blessings of Brahma, born from Brahma. So he became very strong, and so many years after years he was struggling to defeat, but Indra got defeated, and they all went and worshipped Devi Bhagavati. And Devi Bhagavati, Indra took Ishvara and Narayana, Brahma all together went to Devi Bhagavati, submit their prayers to do something about this Vratasura becoming a very, very difficult man to defeat for Devas. So, in the end, Devi Bhagavati supported to kill Vratasura for Narayana Indra together. And the Devi Bhagavati became a foam type, and Narayana got inside the Vajrayuda of Indra. And one evening, when he was sitting in the waterfront, Indra attacked him in the Sandhya Kala. It is not night, it's not the day, it is Sandhya Kala. Attacked him, and at that time, because of the Maya of the Bhagavati, he was mesmerized, and he was influenced under Bhagavati Maya. Indra killed him, and after killing him, because he killed his brother Trisara, who was Indra, killed him, and he got Brahmahatya dosha. And now again he is killing his brother Vratasura, and that's also Brahmahatya dosha. Because of the Brahmahatya dosha, he don't know what to do. He just went to the Manasa Sarovara and hidden inside the stem of the lotus plant. He disguised himself there because his body became black, and he don't want to show his black body to anybody. He became cursed by the Brahmahatya Shapa, and then he went inside the stem of the plant, lotus plant. So that's how he was stuck there, and now the Vyasa Maharishi continued the story to explaining to King Janamejaya. Now seeing Vratasura is dead, Vishnu, the Deva of the Devas, went to the Vaikuntha, but with the fear reigning supreme in his mind that it was he that virtually slew him, Vratasura. Indra too then became afraid of the sin committing by him and returned to his heavens. The Munis too became very anxious and thought what great sin they have committed in cheating Vratasura. It is the company of Indra that now made them their name Munis as meaningless. Munis thought thus, O Vrata, on our words, trusted Indra, and we have thus turned out today traitors in a company with that traitor Indra. Attachment and affection is thus turned out today traitors in the company with the traitor Indra. Attachment and affection is the cause of all mischief. The attachment it is, as it were, tied by the cord of affection that we had sown falsely on the oath and thus deceived Vritasura. Those that deliberately guide others to vicious acts are those that advise or incite others to do sinful acts are those that side with the sinners. Those that side with the sinners certainly partake of the fruits of the sin committed. Vishnu too committed the sin, though he had Sattva preponderance. When he entered into the thunderbolt Vajrayuda and sin, though he had Sattva preponderance, when he entered into the Vajrayuda and sin, though he had Sattva preponderance, when he entered into Vajrayuda and thus helped Indra is killing Vratasura. It seems that hereforth the people, when selfish, won't hesitate to commit afterwards one any sinful act when they or see that Bhagavan Vishnu could have done in concert with Indra. Such a vicious thing of the four vritas, four virtues, dharma, artha, and kama, and moksha. Dharma and moksha are very rare in three worlds. Artha, wealth, and kama, desire, are everywhere recommended as excellent and therefore held very dear. Dharma is now merely in the name and is the cause of the vanity of the Pandits. No one now really practices Dharma with devotion. Thus arguing, the Munis became very much afflicted in their minds and went back to their own hermitages, respectfully broken-hearted and absent-minded. O Bharata Janamejaya, hearing of the death of his son by Indra, Vishwakarma wept very much, and he became disgusted very much with his son by Indra, very much with the affairs of the world. He went to the place where lay his son Vritasura and became pained very much to see him in that state, and he performed his cremation and other funeral rites according to the prescribed rules. He then bathed, performed his tarpanam, peace offering, and funeral ceremonies due to a person in the first year of the death. Then his heart became afflicted with sorrow, and he cursed the vicious Indra, saying that as Indra had killed his son, enticing him by falsely swearing on oath, so Indra in his turn would suffer a heavier suffering to be inflicted by Vidhi, the great creator of the universe of king, thus cursing Indra. Vishwakarma, very much afflicted due to the loss of his son, went to the top of the mountain Meru and began to practice a hard tapasya. So Janamejaya said, "O grandsire, first tell me what happens or pain did Indra derive by killing Vritasura, the son of Vishwakarma." Janamejaya asking what effect happened to Indra after killing the Vritasura. Vyasa Maharishi said, "O fortunate one, what are you asking? What is the nature of your doubt? The fruit of one's karma is certainly to be enjoyed, whether it be auspicious or inauspicious, be he weak or strong, be he good or bad, to its full extent, whether it be done a little or too much. Say seal, it was Vishnu that gave advice to Indra and entered into his thunderbolt and helped him when Indra was ready to kill Vratasura. But when there had been Indra's difficult time, Vishnu did not help Indra in any way. Therefore, O king, it is clear that when one's time is favorable, everybody turns out friends, and but when fate turns adverse, nobody is there seen to come forward to help. When fate is against anybody, one's father, mother, wife, or brother, servant, friend, or one's own life, one's own son becomes quite incapable to help anybody. The man who does good or bad acts suffers for his deeds. When Vritasura was killed, everyone went back to their respective homes, but Indra, the lord of Sachi, became very much deprived of his energy and brilliancy due to the sin of his killing Brahmin. All the devas then blamed him as Brahma Ghataka, killer of Brahman, Brahmahatya dosha. So he got Brahmahatya dosha, killer of Brahman, Brahmahatya dosha. So, but Indra, the lord of Sachi, became very much deprived of his energy because of Brahmahatya dosha, who has an intimate friend and who placed full confidence on him when Indra had sworn on oath that he would be a friend of Vritasura. O king, everywhere then there was this gossip in the assembly of the gods, in their gardens, at the meetings of the Gandharvas, that Indra had deceived Vritasura, who had relied on the words of the Munis, and then killed him by pretext, and so had done indeed a horrible crime. Indra had now forsaken the eternal proof of the Vedas, and he had become Brahmahatya. Therefore, he could have easily killed Vratasura. No other body save Vishnu and Indra could have acted contrary to their words. As clearly evidenced by the manner in which Vratasura had been killed, these remarks, similar to those mentioned above, became everywhere current, and Indra heard all of them, tending to his own disgrace. O king, on that man's life that is blamed everywhere, on that man whose fame has been married amongst the people. Such person becomes laughed at by his enemies when seen by them on the way. The royal saint Indradyumna Rajarshi was made to get down, though sinless, from heavens when his good deeds expired. Why then would not vicious persons to be made descent? So Indra has to suffer the Brahmahatya dosha. Because of Brahmahatya dosha, he became black himself, so he wanted to hide somewhere, nobody can see him. So he went to the lotus stem of a lotus flower, and he was hidden inside the Manasa Sarovar. The king Yayati had get down from heavens for his very little fault and had to pass 18 yugas in the form of a crab. What more can be said than the fact that even the Bhagavan Achyuta Hari had to take several incarnations in the wombs of boar, crocodile, etc., out of curse from a Brahmin due to his cutting off the head bead of the wife of Bhrigu. Though omnipresent, yet he had to take the appearance of a dwarf and had to beg from the king Wali palace. What more troubles and miseries than this can be inflicted on those who that had sinned viciously? So after so many years of tapasya, and Indra has to worship Bhagavati in the stem of the lotus plant to get uh, relief from this trouble. Uh, the rishis and munis and siddhas and gandharvas were very much panic stricken as various disturbances and violent symptoms covered all over the world without any king. Grains began to grow very scanty due to the want of grains and streams, and everything went upside down because Indra is hiding. And then, because Indra was not seen, the Devas went to King Nahusha, though virtues became under the sway of Rajoguna, influenced by lust, and thus, so they all made Nahusha as the temporary Indra because Indra was not seen. So Nahusha became a Indra, temporary Indra, and because of his Rajoguna influenced by lust, and thus he got very much addicted to worldly enjoyments. He began to amuse himself in the garden of paradise, Devalokada Sundravana. It is in Nahusha, Apsaras and celestial nymphs. One day he heard the excellent qualifications of Sachi Devi, the wife of Indra, and Nahusha desired to marry her again. He began to amuse himself in the garden paradise. One day he heard the excellent qualifications of Sachi Devi, the wife of Indra, and desired to acquire her. Then he spoke to the rishis. The Devas and are united have installed me on the office of Indra, but why does not Indrani, the wife of Indra, come to me so long? If you want to do what I like, then quickly bring Sachi Devi here to me. That's what Nahusha king asked him. And the Indra, I am now Indra, and therefore she has to come to me. So Devas and Devarshis became anxious and went to Sachi Devi, and with their heads bowed down spoke thus: O wife of Indra, the wicked Nahusha is now desiring to acquire you. He became angry and told us as to send you to him quickly. O Devi, we have made him Indra and are therefore under him. What shall we do now under these circumstances? Sachi, the wife of Indra, hearing these words, became absent-minded and spoke to Brahaspati. Thus Brahaspati Guru, Devaguru, I now take refuge unto you. Brahaspati said, O Devi, do not be afraid of Nahusha. He has been deluded by Moha, Maya. O child, I won't forsake the eternal religion, and thus I won't give you over to the hands of Nahusha. No doubt that wretched suffers the several severe torments in hell to the end of the pralaya, the great dissolution, who puts hands over the distressed person under one's refuge to another. O God, O good one, be comfortable. I will never forsake you. And what he said, Nahusha, he told Indrani to tell Nahusha that she is doing some vrata, so many years of chasticity and pativrata dharma and puja, and then until that finishes, she cannot go to another person. So by that disguise, she escaped. So that ends the seventh chapter of the sixth book on Indra's living under disguise in the Manasa Sarovasra Lake in the Mahapuranam of Sri Mad Devi Bhagavatham um, of 18,000 shlokas by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Om Namo Anantaya Sahasramurtaye Sahasrapadakshirabha Sahasranamne Purushashtaya Sahasrakoti Yugadarani Namaha Sahasrakoti Yugadarani Namaha Akashat Paridam Metagrisagaram Sarvadev Namaskara Srikesham Paridatyo Namaha Sarva Vede Shatpundam Sarva Tirteshu Yatpalam Tatpalam Purmapti Vasanad Vasudevasya Vasante Jagatrayam Sarva Bhut Nivasudhe Vasudemurte Kayena Vacha Mansendriyarva Buddhatmana Va Bhakti Sabhavat Karomi Yaddat Sagalam Parasmai Narayana Samapayami Narayana Samapayami Hari Om.